Namato Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello everyone. So today is 15th Friday, May 2020. This is Ajahn Sujan from Varapunya Meditation Center, Aberdeen, Scotland. Once again, I am with you on this evening. Hi everyone. Hi Sarala, Colin, Margaret, Manish, Eros. Hi. So this is a regular every evening's online teachings to be with you all, giving you extra one more activities during this lockdown time. Hi everyone, and thank you everyone for following and every night, those who are following every night and those who are coming new. And thank you for listening, and also really value all the comments and some of the questions. So thank you Margaret and other few members, those who send their feedbacks and thoughts towards the talks and the continuation. And Colin also expressed that they should be doing it every day just to keep up informing and also teaching to the people. Particularly last night's talk, I reflected on the Buddha's cremation and how did I feel when I went to meet or went to visit for the first time in Kusinara. And from that experience I come across, and a few people text me saying that they had a similar experience when they visited that site, and which is quite interesting and also quite amusing to know as well. So thank you very much for all the comments and all the sharings, and glad to know that we all have a similar feelings when we went to visit the Kusinara. So those who haven't visited, and if you would like to, then I think I would encourage you to go and visit. It's one place that we can go and relate to the teachings of the Buddha, so relevant. And I also would like to say that the place where the Buddha enlightened, the place where the Buddha was enlightened is called the Buddhagaya, and that place also amazing too. So the Buddhagaya, the tree, you can see there's a Bodhi tree here. This is also a sample or a branch brought from there too. So hi everyone. So the Buddhagaya also one of the places that one should visit and see the difference. My experience so far, been there for about 4 or 5 times, and each time when I go, it was something interesting to think about it, and also sometimes it's a very amazing place. My recent visit was about 2 years ago, and on that day again, what my understanding is, every time when you're going to this Buddhagaya, sorry for that, Buddhagaya, you have to travel such a long distance, And when you are traveling such a long distance for 7-8 hours on a bus or on a car, by the time when you arrived in the Buddhagaya, you would like to go and have a rest. And that's the first thought when you are traveling. But as soon as you arrived in the vicinity of the Buddhagaya, where the Buddha enlightened, in that place, the first thought will come that you want to go and visit the place where the Buddha got enlightened. You want to see the tree. You want to see this Bodhi tree, the ancient tree and holy tree, the tree that unites all the Buddhists from around the world. Doesn't matter which denomination or which form of Buddhism you are studying or practicing. This tree unites everyone, and everybody will be there to venerate, to pay respect and meditate under that tree. And there is such a great vibration there that there are so many different sects and different denominations are chanting in different languages, and yet you will feel that there is no disturbances to you at all. You will enjoy that quietness. You will enjoy the silence. You will enjoy that everyone's motive is to go and sit down and meditate and do the chanting. And some people will be just doing a walking meditation all around. And despite of the noise that you can hear from the different versions of the chanting, it won't disturb you. Your heart is full of joy. Your heart is full of peaceful, and everyone you see, everyone is just radiating this peace, radiating this calmness towards us. And last visit, I again reflected inside and outside. First day, I went to sit down under the Bodhi tree and meditated and observed the people. And the people were just so connected. Their motive is to do the chanting, do the meditation, and sometimes coming in a group, sometimes coming in an individual. And yet they are all sitting there simply to connect with the Buddha, connect with the Buddha nature. And that's what my understanding and my feelings are. And when I was sitting outside of the boundaries of the Buddhagaya, again I was reflecting and watching the activities going on around. And local people were also so connected with the Buddhism, and although they, I would say, not following Buddhism at all, but they were affiliating and helping to understand. So it was such a wonderful experience. That's why I think it is a good place to visit if you have a good faith and if you want to ponder and reflect on the Buddha's teachings. So this is really, really good in the reflections, and that also correlates with the Buddha's teachings on his last discourse called the Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Says that these are the 4 holy places that one should visit, and one should reflect on the teachings and how fortunate we are to be born as a human and have an opportunity to have this chance to learn Buddha Dhamma and practice in accordance with the teachings that teaches the peace of ourselves and then the peace of others. So this is my understanding and reflection, and that also Further, what happened was that there was one time I went and stayed for 10 days. And during that 10 days I was observing and meditating there. And it was so peaceful. And as you chant, sometimes you're doing chanting, very little chants. But as you sit there, observe there, that automatically encourages you to do more chantings. And sometimes you feel that you cannot meditate because so many people coming around. And then that moment again, chanting is another form that helps you to meditate more and connect it. And each time when you are chanting, you're reflecting along with the teachings of the Buddhas. So it's a really, really amazing place to visit. So this is Buddhagaya. And tree, Buddhagaya Bodhi tree, again, one of the great trees that all the Buddhists pay respect, in particularly in Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, Bodhi tree is one of the parts of the Buddhism, and the Bodhi tree that was taken by the King Asoka and replanted in Sri Lanka is highly regarded as a holy place and well protected, and everyone is invited to pay respect. In every Sri Lankan temples, again, there is so-called a Bodhi Puja, simply paying respect to the tree as a form of a tree where the Buddha enlightened, and it simply pay or show gratitude towards the Bodhi tree that who had given the shade, under the shade where the Buddha got enlightened, and also blessings. And in one of the discourses, Buddha also said that when the Buddha was traveling from one city to another to teach and spread the teachings, they wanted to have a Buddha all the time. Then they would ask, in absence of the Buddha, whom they should respect. In that case, then the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to get the sapling from the Bodhi tree in Buddhagaya and replant it in that monastery. And this tree is known as the Ananda Bodhi tree. So as a result of that, the Buddha, the tree itself, become the representative of the Buddha, as the tree where that one can reflect on the enlightenment and the capability of enlightenment of ourselves. So that's why the tree, the Bodhi tree, become the beacon or important factors in Buddhism, particularly in Sri Lanka, and even other temples as well. That's how we have one as a symbol to fulfill the requirements to be the true or the complete temple. So almost every temple in Asia or even in the UK or in Europe, if we would like to complete the Buddhist center, then one of the requirement is to have the Bodhi tree. Bodhi tree. So basically we have a Buddha statue and the relics of the Buddha and the chaitya, the pagoda, and the Bodhi tree. So these are the basic requirements to be a complete Buddhist temple. So that's the reason we have a Bodhi tree, to venerate, Bodhi tree to respect, and a symbol of gratitude and symbol of enlightenment that is possible. Okay, so this is a Bodhi tree. And some people also take the Bodhi leaf as a form of veneration. I remember about 20 years ago when I was still very young and haven't had much knowledge or faith in Buddhism yet. At that time there was a lady from Thailand came and stayed in our village temple, and she stayed in that temple for about 4 or 5 months, and we didn't speak. I wasn't able to speak Thai language, she wasn't able to speak English. All what we did was the physical hand moving conversation, and very limited conversation. And later she went to Buddhagaya. She didn't went to Buddhagaya, she went to Lumbini, and in Lumbini there is also one Bodhi tree, and she collected the Bodhi leaf, so leaves of this Bodhi tree, as a souvenir for her family members and relatives and friends in Thailand. And then she collected probably 500 leaves or almost 1,000 leaves, and she came back to Kathmandu, and later on again she realized that this will not be enough to distribute people in Thailand, so she wanted to go back again so she can collect some more Bodhi leaves. So that's why this Bodhi leaf also become a part of a symbol of that I have been to these holy places, and this is for you, or to keep as a symbol of a holy object like that. And I remember when I went to Buddhagaya for the first time around 15-17 years ago, and in that time also in Thailand, I was in Thailand that time, and my first visit to Buddhagaya, all my friends and relatives, or not the real relatives, but the Dhamma relatives, they requested me to bring the Bodhi leaves. They didn't want anything apart from Bodhi leaves. So all I did was to collect the Bodhi leaves, and then collecting Bodhi leaves is not easy job. I didn't know that. So by the time when I arrived in Buddhagaya, you cannot pick the leaves from the tree. You have to wait, meditate, or just simply sitting in one place and wait until the leaf falls down and you are able to pick it up. How on earth I would be able to collect many? So it will take days or maybe a week to collect few leaves, because there are so many people waiting for the Bodhi leaf to fall down. And I was I didn't know what to do, and somehow the Bodhi leaves are on the market too. You can buy those Bodhi leaves as well, and then you buy them as a souvenir and then take it to give it to the members. And even after being here in Aberdeen a couple of times when I went to Buddhagaya, I also collected those leaves and brought it here and distributed. Later on I was fortunate though that I had a chance to know amongst those who are in the management committee or in the managing the Buddhagaya temple. So I had a chance to get some ropes that been used to wear the Buddha statue in Buddhagaya. So this is how it's become a kind of a symbol of respect and a kind of a symbol of veneration that carried on. And people will just line up for that, the Bodhi leaf, as a form of respect. And those who haven't able to go to visit those places too can keep those Bodhi leaves in a high respect. Some people will keep it, making a frame and placing next to the Buddha statue, or decorating in their house as a symbol of a Bodhi leaf from the Buddhagaya. in a high respect. So Bodhi live and become part of the Buddhist practice, and Buddhists from all around the world visit there in Buddhagaya to pay respect to the Bodhi tree. So this is another amazing place that I would recommend you to go and visit and reflect. And this also, I normally reflect it as a place that gives us a great hope that we can be liberated, and it's up to us that how we work and how much we work towards the purification of our minds and our heart, and perfecting our perfections. So on the basis of that perfections, then we will be able to be enlightened like the Buddha. So we can awaken the Buddha nature like the Buddha. So this is a place of a hope, and also a place of a unity, and also a place of a peaceful harmony, that people come to achieve this peaceful mind and a peaceful heart in that place. So this is the Buddhagaya, and this is a great hope. And this is also a place where the Buddha, the great master, got enlightened, and from there the Buddhism began. Buddhism began from there, and and that is the place we could say where the Buddha, where the Buddhism began, or even where the Buddha born there. The physical body of the Buddha was born in Nepal, in Lumbini, but the Dhamma nature, or the Buddha, real Buddha, enlightened in Buddhagaya. And that is the reason why there are some scholars also claim that Buddhism began in India, in Buddhagaya, rather than in Nepal. So this is just giving you a background of the two different places where the people feel so connected, and also a form of a hope, and also reflection of uncertainty in our life. So I offer this as tonight's reflection to you all, and thank you very much for everyone listening every night, and also thank you for all the generous donations that came through. And like Karina brought food, Jem brought food today, and also some bread, home cooked bread to the monks and the disciples here, and also some other foods from one family, and also some donation came through the bank for the utility bills towards the center. So thank you very much. And if you have any knowledge, or you have a free time, we are going to have this renovation of the barn. You could come and help us renovating the barn. We are only 4 of us trying to figure it out and work it out how to renovate the barn. So if you have any knowledge or skills and spare time, you can come and volunteer working with us as well. So this is for tonight, and in a few minutes time we will have evening chanting. I invite you to join with us. If you have an evening chanting book, you can follow with it. Otherwise, listening, chanting from your heart rather than from your ears. And as you listen the chanting, that brings you peace. And the Pali words or the Pali chanting are such beautiful that when you listen it just goes inside into our hearts and makes us calm and peace. So with this, may you be happy, peaceful, and may you be able to grow in the Buddha's teachings, free from all the sufferings, and able to end the cycle of a birth and death to achieve the enlightenment, the Nibbana. May you be happy and peaceful. If you are not continuing, good night, and if you are continuing, see you shortly. May the Buddha bless you. Hi everyone, thank you. Manish, Krishna, Sarda, Atita, Anushan. Yeah, thank you David, thank you everyone. See you shortly.